PX Mart and Carrefour limit eggs purchase amid shortage. Japan egg prices surge due to bird flu, costs of feed and labor. One woman dies every 2 minutes in pregnancy or childbirth. US 29 states under weather alerts. Starbucks bets big on olive oil-infused Oleato coffee line. Soy, oat, and almond drinks can still be called milk. Sci-fi publisher holds pitches amid deluge of AI-generated stories. Angolans flood the streets for a Luanda Carnival.
G'day and welcome to FUNDAY News. I'm Carrick. Thank you for joining us on this day, Friday the 24th of February. Let's begin with our top stories. Is this another apocalypse? Since February the 13th, the price of eggs in Taiwan has increased by 2 Taiwanese dollars per 600 grams due to an avian flu outbreak and a cold front. As of the 23rd, farm and wholesale egg prices have risen to a record high level of 42.5 and 52 Taiwanese dollars per 600 grams respectively. Several large supermarkets have imposed a purchase limit of 2 boxes per shopper after shortages prompted panic buying. Meanwhile, PX Mart has taken temporary measures to supply eggs and shelves at different time periods for customers that shop at different times.
Carrefour Taiwan announced that, according to the latest statistics, the supply of room temperature eggs has resumed by 20%, while the supply of cold eggs has increased by 50 to 60%. In addition, the supply of not cage-feed eggs has significantly increased in the past 2 days. The company said it has been in contact with farmers to ensure that supply returns to normal as soon as possible. Since the supply of products is still unstable, Carrefour has also introduced a similar approach to other supermarkets by limiting the sale to 2 boxes per person.
In Japan too, an avian flu outbreak and rising feed costs are behind a shortage of chicken eggs that has led to rising prices for popular restaurants items, including beef bowl dishes as well as the household staple, mayonnaise. Poultry farmers were already reducing the number of egg-laying hens in response to soaring feed prices fueled by the war in Ukraine when the avian flu hit Japan late last year. The increase in chicken costs has made the supply of eggs unstable, causing wholesale prices to skyrocket.
Japan's Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, Tetsuro Nomura, said last week that bird flu cases had been detected in 25 of the country's 47 prefectures since October, and 14.7 million birds had been culled as of Friday morning last week. According to statistics from egg seller JAZ Tamago, a unit of the National Federation of Agricultural Cooperative Associations, as of Wednesday, the wholesale price of medium-sized eggs was 335 yen, or $2.49 per kilogram in Tokyo, 81% higher than the same day last year.
The United Nations said on Thursday that a woman dies every 2 minutes due to a pregnancy or childbirth complications, despite maternal mortality rates dropping by a third in 20 years. According to a report by the World Health Organization and other UN agencies, the overall maternal mortality rate dropped by 34.3% over a 20-year period, from 339 maternal deaths per 100,000 live births in 2000 to 223 maternal deaths in 2020. Nonetheless, that means nearly 800 women died per day in 2020, or around 1 every 2 minutes.
The report found that between 2016 and 2020, maternal mortality rates dropped in only 2 of the 8 UN regions, in Australia and New Zealand by 35%, and in Central and Southern Asia by 16%. Maternal deaths remain largely concentrated in the world's poorest regions and in conflict-affected countries. The WHO said it was critical that women had control over their reproductive health, particularly about if and when to have children, so that they can plan and space childbearing to protect their health.
The Weather Channel warned a massive winter storm is expected to bring heavy snow and torrential rain to most of the northern United States this week, with extreme impacts felt across a wide swath of the country. The upper-level pattern will intensify in the coming days as millions of people from the Pacific Northwest to the Northeast brace for an oncoming blanket of snow, frozen rain, strong winds, and potential flash flooding that prompted winter weather alerts in 29 states, including 6 states under blizzard warnings.
The Weather Channel said this week's coast-to-coast storm system will bring numerous weather hazards and significantly anomalous temperatures stretching from Washington to Maine. A meteorologist and co-host at the Weather Channel, Chris Warren, said particularly severe conditions are expected in some Midwestern states, including Minnesota. Minneapolis is on track for its second biggest snowfall of all time. Snow emergencies have been declared as double-digit snowfall is expected around the Twin Cities.
I always needed time on my own. I never thought I'd be here.
I take your blessings with your heartaches too. It's so easy and so wonderful to know it's you.
学习，一切从今天开始。FUNDAY 英语。
Starbucks on Tuesday unveiled Starbucks Oleato, derived from the Italian word for oil, oleo. The new line of coffee drinks is made with Starbucks Arabica coffee and is infused with a spoonful of Patana cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil. Amy Dilger, who helps develop new ideas for Starbucks, said the blend of coffee and olive oil creates a velvety smooth rich texture with the buttery round flavors imparted by the olive oil perfectly pairing with the soft chocolatey notes of the coffee.
Starting on Wednesday, February 22nd, customers can try it at Starbucks stores in Italy. Then this spring, it will be offered at select stores in Southern California, followed by those in Japan, the Middle East, and the United Kingdom later this year. The Seattle-based company worked with the family-operated, Sicily-based olive oil producer, Partana, to bring the lineup to life, which includes Oleato Cafe Latte, Oleato Goat Foam Cold Brew, and Oleato Ice Shaken Espresso.
U.S. Food and Drug Administration's officials issued guidance that said plant-based beverages like soy, oat, or almond milk are not pretending to be from dairy animals and that U.S. consumers are not confused by the difference. The agency said on Wednesday that drinks that bill themselves as milk can keep using the term. Under the draft rules, the agency recommends that beverages makers label their products clearly by the plant source of the food, such as soy milk or cashew milk.
The rules also call for voluntary extra nutrition labels that note if the drinks have lower levels of nutrients, such as calcium, magnesium, or vitamin D, than dairy milk. The FDA Commissioner, Robert Califf, said in a statement the new guidelines are aimed at providing consumers with clear nutrition information. The draft rules do not apply to non-dairy products other than beverages, such as yogurt. In the U.S., almond milk is the most popular variety, but oat milk has been seeing the fastest growth.
Clarkswood, one of the most prestigious publishers of science fiction short stories, has closed itself to submissions after a deluge of AI-generated pitches overwhelmed its editorial team. According to founding editor Neil Clark, in a typical month, they would normally receive 10 or so submissions that were deemed to have plagiarized other authors. But since the release of ChatGPT last year, in January, the publisher rejected 100 submissions, banning their so-called authors from submitting again.
Moreover, in February to date, he has banned more than 500. He said, "It's clear that business as usual won't be sustainable, and I worry that this path will lead to an increased number of barriers for new and international authors. Short fiction needs these people." Clark said on social media, "We will reopen, but have not set a date. The people causing the problem are from outside the science fiction and fantasy community, largely driven in by side hustle, experts making claims of easy money with ChatGPT."
And now to end things on a bang. Banging of drums, that is. The Luanda Carnival returns after a long absence induced by the pandemic, enticing Angolans to dance again. Luanda has its own sambadrome and a massive parade that will be attended by eminent personalities. Carnival stands up to its name as the greatest festival in Angola with its colorful celebration, libations, national holiday, and Brazilian-style event. The 3-day festival is scheduled a few days before Ash Wednesday. Tuesday is the largest day since it hosts the biggest and liveliest procession.
Paulino Rocha has been commander of the group Kalimba Union for 7 years. He said, "We are here to do exactly what's best to do. That is to say, to dance the carnival and show how the União de Recreativo de Kalimba group has come with innovation to tell the truth. We do not run away from our cultural identity. Because of this, our repetition will be Angola traditions and memories." He called for those responsible to take into account those who work and, above all, respect the work they do.
And that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in for FUNDAY News as always. We strive to help you improve your English skills and keep you informed about international current events via our daily news. Now, should you want to know more about our other programs and keep learning about the world's most important topics in English, as always, please click the link in the description below to join FUNDAY for free. I'm Carrick, your host. Until next time.